In the twilight of human experience, two ancient forces tread through every heart and tale. Thanatos, the shadow of death, and Eros, the heart of desire. They are not mere opposites locked in strife, but twin currents flowing through the veins of existence, endings entwined with beginnings, collapse cradling creation. From the myths of old to the quiet stirrings of the soul, these forces shape the stories we live, their dance a rhythm as old as the stars. Long ago, in the cradle of Greek myth, Thanatos guided souls to their rest with a gentle hand, while Eros kindled life with a fire that longed for union and birth. Centuries later, a Viennese thinker glimpsed their echo into the human mind, naming them the drives that govern all that we do. Eros, the urge to love, to create, to endure, and Thanatos, the pull towards dissolution, the silent call to return to stillness. These are not choices that we make, but tides that move us, unseen yet ever present, treading through our joys and sorrows. As we step into their story, we follow a path where love and death are not foes, but companions, their interplay shaping every breath, every dream, and every fleeting moment of the human saga. In the dawn of Greek myth, where gods walked among the stars, two figures emerged from the primal chaos, shaping the very breath of the cosmos. Eros, born of the void, was radiant, his presence igniting the first spark of creation. As a primordial force, he wove the threads of attraction, binding life to life, urging seas to swell and fields to bloom. Later tales softened his divinity, recasting him as the playful son of Aphrodite, a winged youth whose arrows stirred longing both in mortals and in gods. His laughter was a melody of connection that set the world in motion. Beside him stood Thanatos, a figure wrapped in shadow and silence, yet with a touch gentle as dusk. He was not a bringer of terror, but a companion in life's final breath, guiding souls to their rest. In the stories passed from lips to fireplace, he bore no scythe, no menace, only wings that swept low over the weary, offering peace. Unlike the brutal ends of war or fate, Thanatos comes softly, a reminder that even at life's end, peace can still exist. These ancient beings, one brimming with vitality, the other ushering repose, moved through the myths that shaped a civilization. Temples rose to honor Eros' fire, where lovers swore vows beneath starlit skies. Altars stood for Thanatos too, though quieter, where mourners left offerings for those who crossed the final threshold. Their stories carved in marble and sung in verse carry the truth that every pulse of life is echoed by stillness, and every beginning is shadowed by an end. In a gaslit study of a doctor, the ancient dance of Eros and Thanatos found new meaning. Sigmund Freud, peering into the depths of the human psyche, saw not gods but instincts, forces shaping every thought and deed. In the early 20th century, amid a world scarred by war and unraveling certainty, he named two primal urges that clash within us all. The life drive, which he called Eros, and the death drive, dubbed Thanatos. These were no conscious choices, but unseen currents guiding the soul's every turn. Eros to Freud was the pulse of survival and joy. It fueled the hunger for pleasure, the urge to bond, and the instinct to create and endure. It lived in the lover's gaze, the artist's fevered brush, and a parent's quiet devotion, every act that binds us to life. Yet Thanatos whispered a darker call, tugging us toward our end. It surfaced in aggression, the compulsion to relieve pain, in the reckless thrill that flirts with ruin. This was not simply a longing for death, but a deep yearning for stillness, a return to the untroubled quiet before desire. Freud's vision cast humanity as a battlefield where these drivers wrestle endlessly, a soldier's charge, a poet's fixation with sorrow, and a gambler's final wager, each bore the imprint of Thanatos, pulling against Eros' vibrant will to persist, yet neither force could reign alone. Their tension was the engine of behavior, from the mundane to the profound. As Freud's ideas spread, they reshaped how we see ourselves, not as beings torn between good and evil, but between the urge to flourish and the silent pull to fade. In the flicker of thought and theories, the old gods stirred again, reborn in the chambers of the modern mind. As the myths of Eros and Thanatos faded into the shadows of time, their essence found new life in the brushstrokes and pages of Western art. In the storm-tossed heart of Romanticism, poets and painters wove tales where passion bled into ruin. Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights tells of Heathcliff and Catherine, whose fierce devotion scorches more and memory, yet drags them toward despair. Their love is a flame that both illuminates and consumes, union and undoing, bound by a single blaze. The Gothic tales of the 19th century deepened this bond, crafting worlds where beauty and decay walk hand in hand. In The Picture of Dorian Gray, Oscar Wilde paints a youth whose radiant charm masks a soul corroding beneath the weight of vanity. His pursuit of pleasure and permanence leads only to ruin, the portrait bearing the truth he hides. Through canvas and stanza, artists trace this eternal interplay, not as a clash, but as a rhythm. A pre-Raphaelite painting glows with lovers tangled beneath wilting roses, their beauty sharpened by the decay that waits. A Shelley elegy mourns a lost beloved, yet finds a kind of permanence in the ache. These works do not resist the marriage of creation and collapse. They instead revel in the tragic music. In every line and color, the old gods live on, their stories whispered in the heart's eternal waltz between the desire to hold the world close and the pull to let it slip away. In the flicker of modern screens and the vibrance of city lights, the ancient dance of Eros and Thanatos takes on new forms, shaping the stories we consume and the lives we lead. In The Black Swan, a ballerina's pursuit for perfection spirals into obsession, her quest for artistic ecstasy blurring to self-destruction as if her soul longs for both transcendence and ruin. Fight Club speaks of men dulled by routine, seeking meaning through violence and chaos, their rebellion a cry for connection teetering on the edge of collapse. Beyond cinema, music pulses with the same duality. A rock anthem's reckless blaze, born of hunger from intensity, often courts danger in its chords, echoing the thrill of living life on the brink. In psychology, we see this pattern too. Addictions where the substance's chaos or fleeting romance reveal the desire for transcendence that ages towards self-erasure. A gambler's rush, an artist's relentless drive, or a lover's consuming need, all are paths to meaning, but each walk beside undoing. These are not mere flaws, but threads of our nature, where the longing to connect and the lure of dissolution entwine. In this world of neon and noise, Eros and Thanatos are not distant myths, they live in the extremes we chase. Social media's curated glow masks the dread of irrelevance, while subculture's bask in danger's beauty. The line between creation and collapse blurs as we seek moments so vivid they burn away the silence. Through these modern tales, the ancient rhythm persists, a story where every quest for meaning carries the whisper of loss, and every heartbeat reminds us to live fiercely in the fleeting now. From the starlit myths of ancient Greece to the electric hum of modern cities, the story of Thanatos and Eros threads through time, an undercurrent shaping every human endeavor. In their eternal interplay, each act of creation carries the whisper of its end, each farewell a quiet promise of something new. These forces, born in the cradle of legend, are not rivals but companions, their rhythm in the heartbeat of existence itself. We see their balance in every life. Parents build a home knowing time will one day empty it. A poet pens verses where the ink will one day blur. Even in our boldest joys, we feel the gentle pull of closure, a tide that does not erase vitality, but completes it. To embrace one is to understand the other, and to live is to walk with both hand in hand. Through myth, mind, art, and culture, one truth emerges. Thanatos and Eros are intertwined, their steps forever joined in the dance of being. We do not resolve their tension, but move with it. In the fleeting, we find grace. In the inevitable, peace. As the curtain draws on this tale, we carry their rhythm forward, not in triumph or in sorrow, but in the quiet acceptance of life's pulse, the vibrant surge and the gentle hush that follows, forever bound in this endless waltz of the human soul. Thank you for watching.